Well, hello everybody, Mr. O here, and today we are trying out a product, Amazon Basics Premium Color Pencils. Now, I'm also going to discuss the Blick Studio brand, and we're going to compare it to Prismacolor. So the Blick Studio brand is from Blick Art Store, and Prismacolor, of course, is a company unto itself, and you can pick these up pretty much anywhere where you, as far as I know, you got to order this from Blick, and the Amazon Basics you got to order from Amazon. Now, before I get into the Amazon Basics, let me kind of do a quick review of Blick Studio because I haven't done a review of Blick Studio color pencils. They do blend well. This is an unfinished picture, but I wanted to point out a few things. Probably the best thing that's blended, the background and the is not done whatsoever. It's just beginnings of the blending. But the face here is done, and that was done with the Prismacolor skin tones. And I am going to say it right now, the Blick Studio, which is about $10 cheaper a set, maybe $12 cheaper a set, doesn't blend as nice. We do get a crumbling factor. You do get a little bit of that within Prismacolor, but it just seems when you're using the blender, it's a lot better. The background I was having some issues with, and I'm going to be using a liquid blender to fix those issues. And then this picture was completely done with Prismacolor, so you can see the quality you can get with Prismacolor. And so we're going to see where Amazon Basics stacks up with Blick Studio and then stacks up with Prismacolor. Are there better brands than Prismacolor? Absolutely there are. But you know, Prismacolor is the base, I would say the base standard. You know, you're getting yourself a professional quality. You know, there are Faber-Castell, color pencils that, you know, for a set of 60, it's $120. So as you get into those bigger and more expensive sets, of course, you can get a little more out of them. Do I think the Faber-Castell is worth the money? Yes. Do I think the Prismacolors are worth the money? The answer is yes, and you'll notice how I say it with a purposeful hesitation. I feel like the older Prismacolors were better than the new current versions of them. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's quality control. There's just something about them that's just not as good. Now, getting to Amazon Basics. Is this worth the money? Now, I bought this set on sale for only $20. And so I figure it's worth giving them their shot. You know, they might have been just designed to be, and it's a nice tin, by the way. They might have been just designed for coloring books. So you get in the set of 48 for $20. I think the set of 36 or 24, I think it was a set of 24 was like 16. So yeah, I'm going to spend the extra $4 or $5. I figured the worst case scenario, I'll give this to a kid who needs a solid coloring set. I figured they got to be something of some quality, hopefully better than Crayola. But I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I have a little bit of a bias. I don't know if I like the way they come sharpened. I don't feel like the high quality color pencils come sharpened like this. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that I have. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna just start coloring, but instead of talking to you about coloring, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in time lapse. And as you can see, I have a picture of a faded eye. I'll get that colored. I'm gonna use a hard blender, and then I'll just experiment with the liquid blender. So I'm gonna put it in time lapse. Then I'm gonna come back and talk about it and give you my full review versus just telling you about something that you see that I've already done. And you can kind of see some of what I do in the time lapse with it. So I'll be back at the end of the time lapse. All right, I'm back. So here is my, let's do one more thing as I'm talking. I'm finding that the colors are hard. They're definitely not soft core. And I'm having a little bit of an issue with that. I'm cleaning off my brush. As you can see, I use my practice paper just to test some of the samples and just see how the colors flow. These aren't the worst, but as you can see, the hardness of the pencil, it fights you in blending. I don't find them totally easy to use. Now, could I use them and could I get Prismacolor quality with them? Yes, because you can do that with Crayola as long as you're willing to put the time in. Out of curiosity, I'm just gonna do this and just see how, but if you look by my brush, you can see that it kind of crumbles up. And I think that's the hardness of the color pencil. And I am not a big fan of pencils that do that. Oh, look at all that black. If you look at that, you can see all the dust. And it's like a hard dust, not a soft dust. And so let me put it this way. If you got an elementary kid who is really good at art, but you're not ready to spend $50 on a set of pencils, these would be great. Sorry, Amazon, I'm going to say it like that. If you're interested in just doing coloring book stuff, these are fine. These are more than fine for that coloring book stuff. Now, but if you got a middle schooler and a high schooler that's really taking art seriously, of course, the next level is Blick Studio. But I'm going to recommend the Prismacolors as the #1 stuff. Like I said, these are definitely not the worst. Hobby Lobby's, their brand is very similar to this, where you're just kind of fighting it. But I was able to get a quality picture, a quality eye that I'm happy with. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. And more importantly, you are amazing. Okay, guys, you have a great one. Feel free to like and subscribe. It does help the channel. Bye-bye.